بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وأزواجه وذريته أجمعين. اللهم ربنا أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم أرنا حقائق الأشياء كما هي ربنا زدنا علما وعملا وإخلاصا يا رب العالمين. Okay, we were here somewhere. I believe that the ultimate character of reality is spiritual, so we talked about that. But in order to avoid a widespread misunderstanding, it is necessary to point out that Einstein theory, which as a scientific theory deals with the structure of things, throws no light on the ultimate nature of things. So we discussed about that in the last videos, which possess ultimate nature of things, which possess that structure. So that doesn't seem entirely true at least. The philosophical value of the theory is twofold. That is the value of Einstein theory of relativity. And we discussed these 2 points, but let's see if we have anything else to add today. The first is it destroys not the objectivity of the it destroys that is the theory, that's its value. It destroys not the theory, it destroys not the value of, it destroys not the objectivity of nature. Nature is independent of human thoughts or perception of it, but the view that substance as simple substance as simple location in space, a view which led to materialism in classical physics. Now, there are 2 questions here which we probably didn't discuss last time. What is materialism in the first place? But the view that substance is a simple location in space, a view which led to. So first we have to think about whether this is what led to materialism in classical physics, and if theory of relativity in any way transcends that. So that's the first thing. So still talking about it, that I think substance for modern relativity physics is not a persistent thing. With variable state, but a system of interrelated events. But if it is a system, then there is some sort of persistency. So it doesn't seem like even if we give Iqbal other points, it will follow what he is trying to establish. But we'll look at that. And this he gives as an example. In Whitehead's presentation, the theory of the theory, that is relativity, the notion of matters is entirely replaced by the notion of organism. I wonder, no reference to Whitehead's. Where does Whitehead says that? Doesn't look like. The editor has added any. So this is the first thing. And the second value of it is the theory makes space dependent on matter. So that seems like it does, but what follows from that? The universe, according to Einstein, is not a kind of island in an infinite space. It is finite but boundless. More like Aristotelian. So it is expanding, but it is finite. I'm not sure whether that's what Einstein theory of relativity presupposes or announces, but let's see. Beyond it, there is no empty space. So there's no conception of empty space as such, because space is an effect of matter, which it seems like it is. And if there's no matter, there's no space, so there's no such thing as empty space. In the absence of matter, the universe would shrink to a point. That might well be true, but what follows from that? Looking, however, at the theory from the standpoint that I have taken in these lectures, Einstein will present one great difficulty. And now he is going to critique the theory, but I think the 2 points to value, the 2 points which are valuable in the theory has already enunciated. It looks like um, so let's dwell on them a bit more today. So two valuable things in the theory Allama Iqbal is talking about. The first is that it doesn't destroy objectivity of nature, so that's a good thing according to Iqbal. But it does destroy the concept of substance. I guess material substance, which persists as a substance, as a simple location in space, in the sense that that's the view he says led to materialism. And his problem with the materialism is not with the matter, but with the materialism. So what led to materialism, according to him, is a concept of substance, location, or locus, space. This looks like he's so space is more like a container, and substance is the locus, what Muslim philosophers call al-mahal, locus of. That's what seems like. That's what, and obviously that's locus. That's the Aristotelian view, and for sure, both Locke was influenced by Aristotle, and it seems like Allama Iqbal's view of what classical physics is shaped by the view of philosophers who try to provide philosophical foundation, try to philosophize about classical physics. So matter is this locus, pure matter is this, or substance is this locus, which is the bearer of properties, etc., which change, but the locus itself remains unchanged. So this solidity, and that is Locke's word, which Allama Iqbal uses, seems to be the heart of classical physics conception of substance, and it's ensuing materialism according to Allama Iqbal. And if this solidity, this persistence within a space is transcended, then according to Allama Iqbal, the conception of matter is something which is self-sustaining, falls crumbles. So that seems to be his point. But there are several points here which we should note, just at least temporarily, which go against this assertion or this understanding of classical physics. The classical physics materialism is connected to a notion of persistence of something which never changes in space. So there are several points which we should firstly investigate. What is classical physics materialism? According to Iqbal, it's clear, but what it actually is, it related to a conception of substance as something solid which never changes, persists through changes, which is located in space. And thirdly, whether Einstein relativity transcends this notion of substance. Just off the cuff, I'll throw some points and then we will reflect on them probably in the next sessions. Firstly, I don't think substance is a key concept in classical physics. The concept belonged to philosophers who theorized about classical physics. That's my sense. That's the first point. For sure, classical physics deal with matter. And forms of matters and different constituent parts of matters, but not substance as such. That's the first point. Second thing is, what replaces it, and I'm not sure whether Einstein's theory has any replacement as such, but even if Einstein's theory replaces this notion of matter with events, but a system of interrelated events. Even if it replaces it, system here probably plays the same role as substance in the classical physics. So even if we give Allama Iqbal all his claims, we still have a system, and system is something which provide a grid at least. through which we can um, through which we can read, or a stationary point through which we can understand the relative motions of the things. Um, so even if we give Allama Iqbal all those points, which are themselves problematic, to say the least, and the second point is not clear. So if a space also seems like a space is a culprit for Allama Iqbal, because if there is no space, there is no locus in space. So space is effect of matter. So how? So that get that gets rid of empty space. Okay, the notion of empty space. But how does that get rid of materialism is not clear, because you still, even if you have, if you still have matter, and even if this matter is understood as system of interrelated events, that's not going to give you what you are looking for. Yeah. So this is my initial reaction to these 2 points. But it doesn't look like it provides any value to Allama Iqbal in a way in which he is trying to portray the theory of relativity. Anyway, I think we still need to think a bit more about these 2 issues. So probably we'll do that in the next session, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu wa salli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.